Hello and welcome to a new vlog and trip report, and today we're taking an ICE from Cologne to Utrecht, and here on the map you can see our route today. You will see in a second that we are not taking the regular route via Duisburg and Arnhem, but we are going via Mönchengladbach, Eindhoven and 's-Hertogenbosch due to constructions, and here we can see my train arriving at Cologne main station. My train today is an ICE 3 Neo, but one of the first ones, so it comes with the old interior, which is not as comfortable as the new ICE 3 Neo interior, which we have also seen in a couple of videos. Also, this interior has been part of a few videos, but we will still take a closer look at it in a second. The interior is still pretty good. Comes of course with power sockets, movable armrests on both sides, the seat is adjustable. We also have a cup holder, and of course we also have a table which is barely big enough for a big laptop. We have a tablet holder and a coat hanger. And of course there are also some reading lights. We have now left Cologne main station in the other direction than usual, because we are now heading to Cologne-Ehrenfeld, and from there we are using the railway line Cologne-Ehrenfeld-Reit. Our next stop will be in Mönchengladbach. This railway line is not too spectacular, there are not too many things to see. You can see a few power plants in the distance. The most important station along this railway line is Grevenbruch, where you have connection on to Neuss and Cologne again via Bedburg. We were starting quite early in the morning. I'm on my way to Amsterdam for the farewell ride of the ICE 3 of the class 406. I uploaded this video immediately, so you've maybe already seen it, otherwise I can recommend watching the video afterwards. Now we're traveling with the successor of the ICE 3 of the class 406. This is the new train that is going to the Netherlands and Belgium, and as I had planned a lot of time between my arrival in Amsterdam and the departure of the farewell train, I decided to only go to Utrecht and travel with some other trains from there. Here we can see the Feldbahn Museum, a field railway museum, and here we are going through Grevenbruch, as I said, the only station where you have important connections, but of course we're not stopping there. We are going through until Mönchengladbach. My train was using this route because the other one was closed due to constructions, so it was a planned detour, doesn't take much longer. And also Mönchengladbach was a planned stop. Usually there are no direct trains from Mönchengladbach to Amsterdam, but when the regular railway line between Duisburg and Arnhem is closed for constructions, then there are planned trains between Mönchengladbach and Amsterdam. This is currently happening quite often, as there are a lot of constructions between Duisburg and Arnhem. We then continue on to Viersen and Kaltenkirchen. There we are crossing the border into the Netherlands. Then we're going through Venlo without stopping. Even though we stopped there was no possibility to get on and off the train. That was not a planned stop, just due to traffic. And here we can already see some Dutch trains. And shortly after the station of Venlo we are crossing the river Meuse for the first time. And then we are heading on a rather unspectacular railway line on to Eindhoven. There's not too much to see on that part of the railway line. It's not very spectacular. It gets a bit more interesting when we are leaving Eindhoven, heading to 's-Hertogenbosch and Utrecht. Here we can see an ICNG Intercity Nieuwe Generatie in the background, and we will take a closer look at this train in an upcoming video. We're now approaching Eindhoven Centraal, and from there we are now continuing on to 's-Hertogenbosch. Here we are in 's-Hertogenbosch, and from now on the railway line is getting a bit more interesting because we will be now crossing several rivers in just a couple of minutes. Of course, the Netherlands are well known for having a lot of water, so there are also a lot of rivers, and we are crossing now many of the important rivers. Here we have the Meuse again. Shortly after crossing the Meuse we are reaching Zaltbommel, and we're crossing the river Waal, a much bigger bridge, one of the most important rivers here in the Netherlands, connecting Germany with the port of Rotterdam. After that there is a connection onto the Betuwe route, which is only used for freight traffic, and we are going through Geldermalsen, where you have a connection on to Arnhem and to Dordrecht. Of course, we are not stopping in Geldermalsen. Our next stop will be already my destination for today, Utrecht. After Kuilenburg we are then crossing the river Lek, which we can see here. Also very impressive, a nice bridge with a nice view. And shortly after crossing the river Lek we are also reaching the Amsterdam Rhine Canal, which is a very important canal connecting the Rhine with Amsterdam. And my ICE will also follow this canal on its way to Amsterdam later on, but I'm leaving here in Utrecht as I had still a lot of time until the farewell train was starting, and so I decided to see a few more railway lines here in the area, and we will see one of them in the next upcoming video. Here we are approaching Utrecht Centraal, one of the most important stations in the Netherlands with connections in all directions. Here I'm leaving the train and I wanted to see the departure of my train, but for some reason there was a delay. The train waited quite a while here in the station, so I decided that it's now time to go, and unfortunately we cannot see the departure of my train, but I wanted to not miss my connection. You will see that connection in the next video, and here you can see when this video will be uploaded and the name of the song. As always, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in my next video then.